All right, Tony. Let's get this thing going.
It's a podcast.
Shall we? Back in the good old days. Welcome, everyone, to the Team Maroker podcast. Episode single digits.
It's 4.
You guys remember when we were going to do this every week?
Boy, life changed.
Boy, life didn't really change.
A lot of shit happened, at least to me, since the last time we did this.
Oh, did you move?
I did.
Oh my god, it's been quite a long time, hasn't it?
Listen to this. Face to face this podcast in the same building.
It's crazy. Florida man, no longer Florida man.
Back to New York.
We're all New Yorkers now.
I'm walking here.
We're walking places, walking
Not
to the left,
fucking walking anywhere
to the
today.
right. Yeah, dating this recording so that when I don't put it out for another month and a half on our channel, you guys can laugh. This is like that bomb weather, cyclone, death ray thing. I don't know. It's like I'm seeing it as like this hurricane that is.
In reality, we're probably gonna get like 8 inches of snow in the.
No, I think it. I don't think it's like. I think it's about like the pressure or whatever, so that it's
Yeah.
We're gonna get like 6 to 8 inches, but like Saturday, it's gonna get to like negative 25 degrees.
Yeah, I looked at that. I was like, I'm not going out. The high of Saturday is 0 degrees. That
Yeah.
means it doesn't matter what we do; it's going to be below 0.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen weather this cold before.
Nah,
Like
even
at least consistently.
Even my cousin up north is like, yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
shitty.
I bet it's colder up there too.
It is. He said there was days up there with wind chill it would get to like negative 30.
Like negative 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I was out at night probably like 3 or 4 nights in a row, but like I say night, like 10 p.m. and drive by the bank, it's negative 15 degrees.
Fuck that.
Like, like I've never seen stuff like that. It's like we're in the Arctic. It's insane.
Yeah,
So-
and we've lived in New York our entire life. It's not like we don't know how to drive in snow.
No, yeah.
I've canceled shit for today just because I don't want to go out and do it.
Yeah, they didn't cancel the local high school though.
Nope.
That'll also date where we are because we're probably the only high school in the country that even in California.
In the
they're
entire
closing.
country that's open.
They're
They're
closing.
like, damn, New York's shitty today. Better close.
California's closing in memoriam for New York. Yeah, it's really bad up.
Shout out to upstate New York schooling.
Dude, it's nothing like Florida.
Definitely nothing like Florida. I talked to
Although-
someone who said the weather down in Florida is pretty shitty.
Yeah,
too.
it's
They're telling me it's getting to like 30.
It snowed in Florida.
Did it really?
Yep.
Crazy. Thank God I moved.
So a little recap of what's been going on. This is a 2-person podcast, in case you hadn't caught on to that yet. You've got Dan here, and you got Tony over there.
Hi.
Connor is currently getting his eyes gouged out or something like that.
Something like that. And you're going to listen to it and think we're joking. Really not.
Yeah, no, he flew to Wyoming to have a controversial eye gouging treatment. This is going to be the Shit on Connor podcast.
Miss you, buddy. Now he can't defend himself.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we love you, Connor, but what a bitch, am I right? He's got some bad eyes. let's put it at that.
We love him all the same, though.
Some might say he's got the eyes of he's got headlights for glasses.
Yeah.
My,
Dude, I'm excited for spring break.
are you?
For everyone to come back.
Oh, we're gonna do a Team Maroker camping trip.
Oh,
That's gonna be something.
that'll be good.
It's gonna be
That'll be the first 3-man podcast in the same building.
in the woods.
In the woods.
3-man podcast in the woods.
That'll be exciting.
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. I was born ready, really.
So, how's it been, Tony? It's been a long time. I didn't
Been a
check.
long
I'm going
time.
to check to see when the last upload for our podcast was.
A lot of nothing. A lot of...
I mean, you've been up to some stuff.
I mean, I moved back
Yeah.
around... What was it? Early December.
Right.
Dating. And then... Yeah, just getting back to New York. Just moving all my shit back.
Okay, this is officially episode 4 of the Team Maroker podcast. Episode 3, 2 months ago. We've got 8 weeks.
It's been a little busy.
So November. Yeah.
Since the last podcast, I was planning on the move back. Just to say how busy we really were.
Yeah.
It's not like, I just don't want to do it. It was like for 2 months we were like, hey, let's try to do the podcast. And then 3 hours later we're like, oh, can't do it. We're busy.
Yeah, someone's like, well, I kind of have an entire week of finals.
Yeah.
Or I'm kind of in a show, or my name's Connor and I suck. That's what he says.
Yeah. That's Connor's life.
Sorry again, Connor.
Salt of the earth kind of guy.
Salt of the earth, love him to death. But what a bitch.
I haven't done much. I'm starting work soon.
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna work at a chemical factory. I might die.
Since the previous podcast, you have quit your all-star job at Old Navy.
All-star job.
More like they just didn't call you.
They never scheduled me, and then they never paid me.
They never paid you?
I had to go to their HR and be like, hey, you guys haven't given me 3 fucking paychecks. Kinda need that. And they mailed them to my place in New York.
Oh, they didn't even give it to you there?
No, they gave me one there for $20.
Solid.
I was like, that's not how much I've made in this 4-week program I've been working in.
Classic
Old Navy.
So now you're doing what?
Now I am working in a warehouse that makes and distributes chemicals. So I'm probably going to do a lot of like chlorine, a lot of bleach.
Oh.
I'm probably going to do a lot of rock salt for the next few months.
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking, like the chemicals that people dump into the water to poison generations of youth.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so it's the same thing. Good.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm glad that's...
I mean, that's part of it. That's not my part.
I was worried that that's what your job was. But now I'm relieved.
I don't move any of it. I just bottle it, and I'm going to move it around the warehouse, and I'm going to clean out
Sounds like you're both moving and bottling it.
Yeah. But I don't move it out to dump in the water.
Oh, you're not the one who dumps it in the water. Other people dump it in the water.
I'm not the life ruiner.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just help. Yeah.
I just help them ruin lives.
Yeah. So how's that been?
Haven't started yet. Start Tuesday.
Start Tuesday?
Yeah. That'll be fun. That'll be my first full-time job.
What's your hours?
8 to 5, 8 to 6, somewhere around there.
That's not
It's going to be 9 hours of just...
Wait, 8 to 6. That's not right.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
normally like 7 to 3, so it would be 8 to 4.
The paper they gave me, I go through like a temp agency. The paper they gave me said 8 to 6.
Well, I just enjoy...
Maybe that's just like...
That should be like overtime.
Yeah, maybe that's just like temp agency. Like, hey, here's your random hours. But then I'm going to go to the place and they're going to be like, hey...
So you haven't talked to them at all yet?
I've talked to them. I haven't talked about my hours yet. Like, I went in and I talked to them and they were like, hey, this is what you're going to do. And they showed me around everything.
You know how much you're getting paid?
13 an hour.
Yo!
I get paid less than you for doing more work.
Oh, so much more work. We just found this out the other day. I'm getting paid a lot more than I thought I was. I got my first hourly paycheck from the place I'm working at. It's about $4 an hour more than I thought I was getting paid.
Oh my god.
I was like, I looked at it and I was like, you don't have to give me
and
this.
You're a manager, right? That's basically what you do.
Let's air quotes it. Yeah, I basically just press buttons during the show. If it's a bigger show, I press buttons. If not, I just watch.
I get paid $15 an hour to sit and watch a play.
I do. I literally do. And concerts and stuff like that. And sometimes the concerts are pretty good. I've been to a couple concerts where it's like, man, I got into this for free. No, I'm getting paid $20 to see it.
Dude, I kind of wish I got to live your life right now.
Tony.
Kind of wish I didn't live a life where I die at 25 from fucking breathing in chemical fumes.
Turns out everything that you're doing is toxic and you're going to die in 3 days.
Probably.
That's why they need to keep hiring people.
Yep.
But yeah, $15 an hour. It's a lot more than I deserve. I think there's other people that work there that are getting paid less than that. And they're doing like the actual like hard work. like the labor side of it. Like they're building stuff and they're keeping like...
Those people hate you.
I don't think they know because I'm friends with them. And they were like, yeah, I just got a raise to like $14 an hour. And I was like, oh man, I wish I got $14 an hour because I thought I was getting like $11.20.
Joke's on them. I get 15.
Joke's on me because I am a theater technician. That's what it says in my paycheck. So that's what I'm doing.
Hey, Dan.
What's up?
Fuck you.
All right, Tony.
I get to drive an hour out to my job every day and get paid less and do more work.
Yeah. On the downside, that's only when I get paid hourly. So these shows coming up, I'm going to get screwed. And I'm probably going to be making 10 cents an hour.
That's true.
And I'm also going to have to drive an hour a day to get there.
Nice.
To go from my school.
Did they actually pay you on time this time?
On time being that money that I just got was from October.
So yeah.
So
yeah. It's about right.
They were like, there was an error, and we lost your timesheet. It's like, what?
We can't pay you because we fucked up.
And then on the check that I just got, there was a blue sticky note that said, hey, next time you fill out your timesheet, just make sure to write down what it was for, and that's what the problem was. I was like, I'm pretty sure that I wrote down what it was for.
Pretty sure you guys told me the problem, and you were losing my shit.
That's one of the 3 things that you have to fill out for your for your timesheet is what it was for when you got in and when you got out. So I'm pretty sure I didn't forget a third of what I needed to do. But, whatever.
Good time.
So, what else has been going on?
A lot of gaming.
Yeah? But you still playing the same stuff?
Playing a lot of StarCraft now. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I have a problem with that game.
Ugh.
I have an addiction.
I have a problem with it. So I don't really enjoy it.
I have a problem. I actually played it maybe like 7 hours yesterday.
Right.
To the point where my hands were hurting and I had to stop.
Right.
And then I came here. Then I played another 2 games.
And I can't, we played it, every once in a while, like as a group.
Yeah.
But I just can't get behind it.
It's just so fun. I feel like there's so much freedom in that game that, like, you don't realize until you really understand the game.
Yeah.
It's like...
But the thing is, like, I don't want to put in that time.
Because, like, when you're playing against other people, there's so many different timings and there's so many different things that can change throughout the game.
Right.
And it's like they could start with these units, but then they're gonna transition to something else, and then I have to see that and adjust accordingly. Mm-hmm. It's like, is he gonna attack now, or is he gonna expand again, or is he gonna wait till he has these upgrades?
Yeah, and I mean I understand like that stuff, but it seems almost like calculated. You know what I mean? Like there's a correct way to play the game, and you have to play it just as best as you can.
Yeah. It is definitely, like, foundation-wise, it is definitely a very black and white game.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you have to be doing, and if you don't do it this way, then you're really not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But within that, there's also a lot of different nuances.
Yeah. When I look for games, I look for something that's a little bit more, it's not like, I'm not the biggest fan of things like, like Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
And multiplayer like that, but at the same time, I don't want, a straight RTS that's like, like I'll play Civ and whatever, but that's, again, it's like the first, like, 100 turns of that game is like, you have to play this way or else you're going to be behind, and you better hope you get a good start or else you're screwed.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I'll play it, but I'd much rather play a game that, adapts much more quickly and there's no original mold that you're supposed to be following in.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like Overwatch so much, is that it's in the end
I got a bone to pick with.
In the end it's a first person shooter.
Yeah.
But there is still a decent amount of strategy if you're playing with good people.
Yeah.
That you have to deal with. So
yeah.
What's your bone to pick with Overwatch, Tony?
It's such a shitty game. Fuck that game. Fuck Blizzard. Fuck the Overwatch team. Fucking hate him.
Jeff Kaplan.
Great guy. Salt of the earth. Honestly, I might like Overwatch less than League of Legends right now. And I played League of Legends for 8 years. I have a lot of beef with that game too. Might enjoy Overwatch a little bit less right now.
I think the difference between... I think when you say things like that, I think it's like... it's not like I hate this game. I think it's like, I think of it as like I love this game, and that's why
it's
I'm
a
angry
lot
with
of
it.
like, I'm really fucking tired of the direction this game.
Exactly. Well, it's like I love the game, but that's why I'm angry.
If I didn't, obviously I have to like League to play it for 8 fucking years.
Exactly.
If I didn't like the game and I didn't care that much, I wouldn't fucking care on how shitty the game is becoming right now.
It's like there's a lot of shitty games out there, but we care about the fact that League and Overwatch, you know.
Overwatch is such a fucking fun game.
Exactly.
And I wouldn't care that the community's dog shit and that the rank fucking matchmaking is an absolute disaster. But I like the game, so I have to care.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if we didn't like the game, then we wouldn't complain about it.
Yeah.
Because then it would just be, you know, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Yeah. What a game.
And we would just sit there and be like, yeah, we knew it was going to be bad.
I can play Call of Duty for only so long before I'm like, alright, I've played every Call of Duty game in one.
Yeah, I didn't play the newest one, and it looked like it was a lot of fun, because I remember having a lot of fun.
World War II was really good. I thought that was the best one they've made in a very long time.
Yeah, because like I remember having a lot of fun with like World at War and
I think since Modern Warfare 2, this is probably
2, yeah,
one of the better ones that they made.
The original Black Ops.
The past 3 were like okay. Right. After Black Ops 2, it kind of went down the shitter.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine Black Ops 2 to not be a very good game in terms of like I only played local multiplayer. I feel like
it was alright.
I feel like online multiplayer and the story mode I probably wouldn't enjoy. Just because like
I haven't played the campaign in any Call of Duty game since World at War.
Well, that's like going from Black Ops to Black Ops 2, I feel like that would be like, just in terms of story, I'd be like, no, what?
And that Black Ops 2 is like the transition to super fast-paced game.
It's the transitional, and it's fun to play locally.
Yeah.
And there's some dumb loadouts that you can do, because you can just build your own loadout for free, basically, in that game, which I appreciate, because, you know, some of the later on games, you have to unlock everything and stuff like that, but that game, it's like free loadouts.
Honestly, I had a bunch of fun, even with the last 3 games. Like, I think the only Call of Duty game I legitimately fucking hated, I think, was Ghosts.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I own Ghosts. That's the only... It's right there.
I think that's the only one I couldn't fucking stand playing.
That's the only Call of Duty game that I've ever owned. I played extensively, you know, like local multiplayer with other people, you know, like every day. But, yeah, Ghost is like the only game that I've owned myself. And it was fine. Like, I didn't think that there was anything wrong with it.
Honestly, I think Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, and the, like, really fast-paced ones, those were, like, everything I wanted in an FPS for a really long time. Because I'm super fucking antsy when I play games, and I get super competitive, and I get super bored really easily.
Yeah.
And I just like to move, and I like to press a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I could do in those games.
For me, it was like a not as good rip-off version of Titanfall.
I never played any of Titanfall. I think by the time that game was big, I didn't even have a console.
Right. I mean, Titanfall 2, great game. I think that the community died off really quickly for it, and the same thing with...
I felt like I only saw that game for like 2 months.
Yeah, it was the same thing with 1,
dead.
where it's like the game is built and then immediately it dies off. But it's a fantastic... Titanfall 2, fantastic.
It's probably because it was around the time where like other Call of Duties came out,
like that's the thing is like if I wanted to play a fast-paced first-person shooter game, it would easily be Titanfall, because I think that it's both like the shooting is better in Titanfall and then the movement's better anyways. Yeah. So it's like, and then
that's another reason why I really love Overwatch 2. It's such a fast game, even though like in terms of FPS, this is a really fast game.
Yeah.
Because just watching it, you're like, man, it might not be a lot going on, but like playing it is a completely different story.
Right. Like my thing for Titanfall is, my only thing against it is that it might be too fast.
Yeah.
Like the time to kill it gets to a point where it's almost ridiculous.
Yeah.
And you have to be like insane to play the game.
Yeah.
Like not even like good at video games as much as you're just like crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought Overwatch did a really good job too with like every character has its place and every character has its use on the team.
I think that Overwatch is a great speed for me. I think that when I'm judging first-person shooters, the speed of the game is really important. Because, you know, like, I was playing Destiny 2, and the speed in Destiny 2, during the beta at least, was super slow.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, time to kill was in the, you know, like, the 2.5 second range.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Especially because you can regen health in that game. You know, like, it should be, like, I have problems with, like, Rainbow Six Siege and stuff like that, where the time to kill is ridiculous, at least, like, low.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, you know, instant if you're hitting headshots,
Yeah.
but you can't get health back,
Yeah.
you know? So, like, there's, like, a balance of, like, if you're gonna be able to regen health, then the time to kill should be faster, and if you can't regen health, then the time to kill should be much slower than instant. You know?
I felt like the last 2 Halo games were like super fucking slow time to kill. I felt like I never had any issue in like Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I played Halo 4 and 5, and it's like, holy shit, it feels like I'm taking forever to kill anyone.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with Halo 4. Like, that's probably the game that I played the most multiplayer of, up until, like, recently with, like, games like Overwatch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, Halo 4, like, I loved all the level design and stuff like that. I think that they did a great job. I think they kind of dropped the ball in Halo 5.
I fucking loved 5.
I played almost 0 multiplayer for Halo 5.
I thought 5 was really good. I hated the big game mode with, like, the cards and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I never played any of that.
Well, that's where the entire community is.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, it's like, I don't want to play that, so I'm not going to. So...
I had a bunch of fun with Master Chief Collection when they updated the game and made it playable.
Yeah, I never saw it to be playable. Like, I've never... like, I own it still.
Even after they patched it, I'd play with my cousin, and it was like, we're in queue for 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, because everyone left. It's like, you can't launch a game that broken and expect people to still play it.
Yeah.
It's like, even if you say, oh, we patched the game, because they even did that once where they were like, oh, we patched the game, and then it wasn't fixed.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can't really expect people to stay.
Oh, speaking of re-release games that were fucking god-awful, I played the Silent Hill HD collection with, like, Silent Hill 2 and 3 on it.
When did that come out?
2015, maybe?
2015?
It was around the time... It was on PS3 and 360. So maybe not 2015. Maybe, like, 2014, 2013. Sometime around there.
Yeah.
Fucking unplayable. Oh my god. I've played all of the Silent Hill games, and I love 2 and 3. I think they're, like, probably the best horror games to ever come out. And they kind of molded how survival horror games were made.
Yeah.
Those remakes, I played them with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking unplayable. Oh my god. I crashed. We beat both of them. In total, crashed 7 times.
Yikes.
Where my console completely locked up,
you know,
and I had to hard reset it.
I used to have that with the old Halo games, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
And that's literally like, not that I had to hard reset the game because it was frozen, but as in, like, you would fall through, like, a map, and there was literally nothing you could do other than reset.
There's another thing that happened. There was so there's a point in the game in Silent Hill 2. It happens in all of them where you're in Silent Hill and you go to the hospital, and normally the hospital is like the biggest area in the game, and it's like it takes a while to get through because that's where most of the story is.
Right.
And it's like we were halfway through the hospital and we walk through a door and we're in black. Like, there's nothing.
It's part of the game. It's scary.
It's not part of the game,
it's
because
scary,
that's not
Tony.
what was supposed to happen.
It's spooky.
Because we end up walking through walls, and then we open up our map, and we're in the middle of a lake. So what happened was, this is like a huge well-known thing within the game, is that sometimes your game just doesn't load shit, and it just puts you wherever the fuck it wants to put you. So I probably, if I could have went back into the loading zone, I would have finished the game. I could have went anywhere on the map.
That's awesome.
That happened a lot. A lot of endless loading screens.
Yeah.
A lot of sound errors. A lot of the game
spooky,
literally
Tony.
throwing enemies at me.
It makes it spooky.
There were times where when you're running the hospital, it's like a long, foggy run, and like there's supposed to be enemies, but the game was literally like throwing them into the air at me. Like they were ragdoll throwing them at me. It's fucking great.
Tony, that sounds pretty spooky to me.
Dude,
I think I should give it a...
It was a fun time. It was funny. It was one of those games... It was one of those times where, like, I know the game really isn't like this, and I still love the game so much, where it was fucking hilarious. I don't think there was ever a time where it crashed and I was legitimately angry.
No, you're just like...
Yeah.
I mean, I would be. I'd be
and
like...
we went back to play it when I moved back. We played it for 2 hours. We played, like, both games for an hour. And my character was just stutter stepping the entire time. Like, I would move 2 feet at a time and then stop. I played each game for an hour like that.
That's terrible.
And I had to give up. I was like, we're getting nowhere.
That's,
It was a bad time.
That's pretty hilarious.
Like, how do you make a game that already came out in, like, 2007, you re-release it and make it infinitely worse?
Right? It's just like...
you make it unplayable.
So we have this game. I say we... get rid of the ability for it to load.
And then they patched it, and they made it worse. The patch made it worse.
That happens sometimes. It's like, how do you not internally test things? You know?
Exactly. Not even, like, just port it to the new hardware. You don't have to change anything. Maybe upscale the graphics. There's no reason why a game in 2007 re-releases in 2013, and it's fucking unplayable.
Yeah. It's... like, I don't think we're gonna let this play. Snowstorm called the Bomb Cyclone to bring that back. I just saw an article about
the Bomb Diggity.
The Bomb Diggity Dig. I don't know why I had the second dig in there.
Felt right.
I felt like I needed to say something. I left it off in the wrong spot. So, like, what's your plans? What's you got coming up here, other than work?
Work.
Other than work.
And work.
Other than...
My life is basically over once I start this job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're just going to be one of those guys that
wakes
up
like
in the morning.
It's not like just a full-time job. It's like... It's probably going to end up being like a 60-hour-a-week job.
I mean, don't they like have to pay you overtime past 20?
Will.
So, I mean...
Yeah.
I don't know. People always like... if you're getting paid... If it's a 60-hour-a-week job...
I don't mind it.
Like, that's a decent amount of money.
Like, what do I do now? I sit home.
Exactly.
And I sit home. Like, it's what I do. Every once in a while, I'll come across the street to your house.
That's true. Across the street. Down the street.
Down the street.
Don't go across the street. You'll end up in a swamp, Tony.
I will.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, you still gotta follow your singing career.
Yeah. I mean, still up in the air if I want to do schooling or not.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean...
It's basically just going to be like, whenever I have free time, I'll do shit.
Right. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Tony, expert singer.
Fucking expert. One day I'll be famous.
One day you'll see. You'll see the real Anthony Massa. Yeah. Speaking of singing, buy my album.
Shameless plug.
New album came out. It's awesome. I think. I don't know. I've never heard it. I've sold multiple copies to people saying that it's good, whereas I have never seen it myself or heard it myself. Want to know why? Because it's $15 for a copy. No way.
Can you not get one for free?
No.
What?
Well,
I'm in the album. Can't get my own free copy.
I could take one for free, but that's like taking I'm already producing it myself.
That's true.
So it's like I'm just exactly $15. It's like, why would I do that? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you're producing, don't you already have all the tracks?
Yeah. What?
Don't you?
No, I mean, as in like I'm
like distributing
executive producing. Let's say, as in like we're giving the money. We're not. Like, we sent it off. It's like mixing. It's called like mixing and mastering when you're doing music stuff, rather than producing.
Vocab words.
Vocab. Take me to community college. Yeah. Was it like
you excited to go back for that?
13 track. Excited to go back to college?
Yeah.
No. Not at all.
When do you go back?
I go back the 22nd.
Dan, here's a plan. Just don't do it. Just don't.
What's the dream?
Yeah.
The other dream is to go to a better college. So
I know people who were like, I'm just not fucking going back. Like,
no, yeah, literally a lot of people did that.
Yeah.
And like at that point, it's like, come on, you're already paying $2,000 a semester.
Honestly, I would rather quit while it's like it's there and I'm not wanting to do it. Because why would I waste more money? Like,
so that you can actually get the degree that you're suffering through.
Yeah, but then it's like, cool, I have a degree. Good luck getting a job in this economy with it.
In this economy. Man, this economy.
This Donald Trump economy.
I mean, it's really, honestly, it's about, I think it's about, experience more than,
Yeah, but I can
anything.
Get an experience, a college experience without going to college.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I was just talking to someone who's going to, like, a fine arts school.
Yeah.
And there's a degree there, a bachelor's degree, so 4 years, so that you can learn stage managing, which is my job right now. I was like, I literally...
I have what you're studying for right now.
No, literally, it's just get into the industry, like,
I think college, for 90% of people, is a complete waste of fucking time.
It depends. Like, going for stage managing, I would laugh in the face of everyone who's taking that degree. Also, did I mention, it's $40,000 a semester.
Fuck that.
No, there's no way that people should be paying 80 times 4, so $32,000 to do what I'm doing.
Crazy.
Literally, I just went to a local theater.
Unless you're going to be like a scientist.
Exactly.
Or unless you're going to like a high-end like Ivy League college. It's fucking useless.
If you're going to be a scientist, if you're going to be a mathematician, if you're going to do something technical,
yeah,
I think it's kind of necessary. But like stuff in the arts, it's sometimes necessary depending on where you want to go.
If you're not already in like a high-end Ivy League, Harvard, fucking Yale college, probably not worth it.
I wouldn't go that far. I think that I don't know. I think that Harvard and Yale and stuff like that gets kind of overblown. If you're going, science.
No, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's like if you're smart enough and you're dedicated enough for that,
yeah,
then cool. You already know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
But especially because people change what they want to do in college so much.
Right. Well, I think there's just a lot of things where it's like, just go out and do it. Yeah. Try and find like internships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And, college for me is more like making connections and getting internships than, and bridging to a place where I can get better internships and stuff like that, rather than like...
I'm paying $30,000
exactly
a semester
to learn stage. What classes do you take in stage managing?
That's fucking crazy. I looked into going for a music degree at your school.
All right.
And I would have taken 5 or 6 classes, all on shit that I can already do.
Like what?
It's like there's listening, reading.
It's just like, elementary school.
It's basically just like, hey, we're gonna teach you how to play music. Yeah. And obviously, it's more than that because it's like.
I bet it's
college.
It's a 2-year, right? It's a 2-year degree, so
But it's like I could spend the rest of my life in debt, or I can just do it myself.
I have a secret for you, Tony. It's $2,000 a year. If you can't take yourself out of
the way I'm going, I'm not going anywhere in life.
Yeah, be in debt for the rest of my life at $4,000. You're working 60 hours a week. You make that in 2 weeks. You can literally pay off your college in a month. 2 years of college.
Scratch everything I said. I'm going to
college. You know what? Never mind. I'm going.
I don't want to fucking... It's a really bad thing that I have this issue, but I don't want to fucking see people. I don't want to meet new people.
I wouldn't recommend living there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Unless Tony, you and I, we get a room together.
I just moved. I'm not moving again.
Just move in.
It's different too, because I'm living with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, she's staying with me. So it's not like I could just move on campus and be like, hey, you could stay where you are.
Yeah. That's true. I agree.
Like, I'd maybe consider it if I wasn't living with someone already.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Like, if it was just my parents, I'd be like, yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here, and I'll just drive back the hour to go see her.
Yeah.
But I'm living with her.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a difference, in addition to having lived with her for however many years now, right?
This would be, in total, probably a year.
Probably a year.
Yeah. I really, really have to go to the bathroom. And this coffee, kicking in.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back. And we're back. We got our drinks. We went to the bathroom, and we're here.
It was bad. I was holding it in the entire podcast.
Tony, we got upstairs, because we're in a basement, obviously.
Where else would we be?
Fucking nerds. And he was like, how long have we been going? I was like, 35 minutes. He's like, 35 minutes? I thought we had been down there for like 3 hours.
It felt like forever, because since the beginning of the podcast, the coffee was kicking in, and I was like, we could just stop it right here and then restart it, because we're like 5 minutes in. But it was killing me. I almost exploded on your couch.
Oh,
it would have been
God.
bad.
Oh,
cried.
You would not be welcome back.
That would have been bad.
I had to put down plastic sheets whenever you're down here again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Tony's coming over. Better plastic up everything.
Nope, Tony.
He's a shitter.
Bad, Tony. You're not allowed on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
So, anything you want to talk about?
Few things.
Anything local, national, global news?
Global news. Logan Paul. Turns out he's a dick.
Turns out, surprise.
Surprise. The Pauls are idiots.
This story kind of like hit me by surprise. Like when I first heard of it, I didn't know how long ago it had happened. Is that weird? In terms of like, I saw it and then I was like, was this like 3 days ago and I just missed it, or like am I at the beginning? Like it felt like the reaction to it was this really weird. Like it felt like everyone had already been upset about it for like weeks. You know what I mean? Like
everyone was already upset about it because everyone's already upset at the Pauls.
Yeah, maybe.
It was like, I feel like, I can't say the story isn't a big deal, because it is a big deal, because he's a piece of shit. But like,
it's a big deal on a couple
I feel
different
like
levels.
People made it even bigger than what it already was because of who they are.
To a degree, I think. Well, I mean, obviously, if the guy had 200,000 views, then it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But I think that it's...
I think the video is shitty. I think the thing that's even shittier is that it's literally not going to affect his career in any way, shape, or form because his following is so brain dead.
Well, the thing... It's
the fact
kind of scary.
The fact that it came out and within, like, hours it had, like, 200,000 upvotes and, like,
it was
a
more
million views or whatever.
It was, like, 500,000.
It's like...
Just so you guys know what we're talking about, popular YouTuber Logan Paul, brother of Jake Paul, England is my city, went to a place in Japan right off of Mount Fuji, and it's known as the... What is it?
The actual Japanese name I don't know off the top of my head, but it's called the Suicide Forest, and it's basically within their like culture, it's where people would go to kill themselves. Or like you would go to the forest and you would want to kill yourself, or you would kill yourself there.
I mean, it's still...
So it's just known
as
a
place that
the Suicide
people have
Forest.
gone to go kill themselves. It's not, it's not like it's culturally accepted to go kill yourself in the forest.
I don't want to go too far into it because I don't know everything about the forest, and I don't want to be the asshole to spew misinformation.
I think it's just a place that people, and like, because I'm pretty sure that Japan is like super, like they just really don't like, like talking about it. It's like super like, in terms of like spiritual and stuff like that, it's just not, it's not right,
So they go there, and it's him and his entire team, and they're like, we're going to go film in this fucking forest, because that's the cool thing to do. It's a tourist attraction, right, guys?
Well, the idea, the whole thing was like, it's known to be haunted, so we're gonna go in there.
And he's not the first person to do this. And there's been plenty of other videos out there where they go in there and then they find a dead body. Like, it's not like an unknown thing that there would be dead bodies there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he goes in. He's like, wait, we found a dead body. Let's go record it.
Yeah. And that's...
Not only record it, but then I'm pretty sure he starts making jokes about it. And it's like a lighthearted situation about suicide.
He makes jokes about it in a way where, like... I don't know if you've seen the clips or not, but the way he makes jokes, I kind of don't want to fault him for it, because it almost looks like he's trying to deal with the fact that he's looking at a dead body.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
It could just be like a shock factor.
That's what I think it's just kind of a thing where it's like, oh my god, I'm standing next to a dead body. Seeing the video, I almost, I don't want to... A lot of people are chalking him up as being like a psychopath or whatever. But looking at it, it's almost just like it was a misguided attempt to do something good.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning he puts a warning, and then at the end he puts the suicide prevention number, and he tries to wrap it up with like... And I think that there was... Or the original idea for him going into the forest wasn't to find a dead body. And so he tried to spin a video that he spent his entire day on as something positive rather than a joke. And it just went wrong. And, well, he just didn't do it well. In terms of, like, they showed the body.
I think he probably, in the back of his mind when he went to the forest, he was like, we probably will find something.
I mean...
I feel like he knew.
That's a way, yeah, you can... I mean, going into it, you're probably like, there's a chance that we will.
I feel like in his mind, I think he is fucked in the head. But not... in the sense that he's like a fucking sociopath and a psychopath. I think he got famous at such a young age, and he got so big so fast through Vine and everything, that he lives in his own fucking world of like, nothing could ever affect me, nothing could touch me. And that also goes to his fandom where like they're fucking insane.
Yeah. I just think that in this sense, he's just dumb.
I think he lives in his own world where, like, he thinks nothing could ever affect him. Because in reality, nothing will, because he'll still have his fans.
That's weird, because, I think that he was dumb, and I think that everyone around him was even more dumb. Yeah. Like, how does someone not say, we can't put a dead body in the thumbnail of this video?
Yeah.
Like, I think that if it wasn't in the I think that if the dead body wasn't in the thumbnail of the video, and then if they didn't show the dead body... as much as they, if they literally just were walking up on it and they showed like a completely blurred image and they were like, oh my god, then it would be a fine video.
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There was also a few even more controversial things around it where he did take it down and then he posted two apologies. The first one was like a twit longer, basically being like, I didn't do this for views. I already get the views.
Yeah.
That's basically what his apology was.
Yeah,
and then he made a video where it was like a little bit better.
The first one wasn't an apology. It was a justification as to why he made the video.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think that the video, his heart was in the right place. Watching the video, it's like, I think that his heart was in the right place, and I see what he was trying to do. I just think he did it wrong, and no one told him that he did it wrong. And so he's just
Everyone
dumb.
was like, we're equally as stupid.
Yeah,
this is right.
I think that the video was just him being dumb. And then his first apology, if you read it, a lot of it's like, I'm obviously not just doing this so that I can get more views because I would do that anyways. Yeah. And it comes off as being very self-centered because he thinks that he really didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But he's trying to justify why he did it, and it's not to get views, and he's trying to justify the meaning of the video being something like suicide prevention and all that, and he's trying to be like, see, this is why I'm proving why it's suicide prevention, but that's not what people were looking for because people are so upset about the video, which they have every right to do. I'm not saying that they're wrong, when I'm just saying that I think it's more of him being dumb than him being dumb and slightly insensitive rather than more than slightly insensitive. Slightly insensitive towards the viewer, incredibly insensitive towards the victim and the family.
Yeah. I think he's super fucking retarded in every sense of the word. Yeah. Even before the video, I think it made it even worse. Even if he was trying to make it like suicide prevention, we're gonna show it off. I think even if he tried to do that, it just came off of like, let's just glorify suicide.
Yeah, I don't know. It just came off as glorifying himself more than suicide, I think. Yeah. And it was, yeah. And then his second video apology, the first one was a text apology, and the second one was a video apology. He went all out on the apology to it. The video hit every point that everyone wanted it to hit. Yeah. It's just a question of, is it truthful? You know, it's got that, red-eyed, all, like, just been crying YouTuber apologizing for something look to it. And
it's really hard to take any of this seriously at this point.
Exactly.
Because it happens with so many shithead YouTubers.
If his text apology came out as being something meaningful and, like, thoughtful, and then he also put out a video, then it would make sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah. It's...
And then the even more controversial thing is because he's basically the poster boy of YouTube at this point.
Him and his brother are.
Yeah. Is like, I think it was top 5 trending on YouTube.
Number 1.
It was number 1?
Yeah.
And YouTube never took it down. He took it down.
Yeah, so that's like, the other side of it. That's the side that's a little bit more...
How did it even become front page on YouTube to begin with?
That's the side that is more offensive to me.
Yeah.
Is that YouTube has somehow let themselves be in that situation again. Like,
I feel like every time YouTube tries to step up,
right,
it's like they fall flat and then they go even further down.
Yeah, no, like there's this side of it, like that's like Jake Paul is dumb and his videos are bad, like his video did something bad. But there's even like it's almost hard to blame Logan Paul if he was the cause for Adpocalypse 3.0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there was a huge ad pullout for YouTube again, you would have to put the blame on YouTube at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, PewDiePie, alright, he fucked up. He, maybe he affected it. Fool me 3 times. Alright, YouTube, it's your fucking fault.
Yeah, literally. It's like,
can't put the blame on other people anymore.
Exactly. It's like, you let that video get to, like, none of PewDiePie's videos got to number 1.
Yeah.
People found that, and they were like, but because he's the number 1 YouTuber, everyone took that as that's what YouTube is.
Yeah.
But it's
But this is like the star
it's
boy.
Literally like, he's at like 15 million subscribers, but YouTube's trying to promote him.
Yeah.
So they just let his video through.
Yeah.
And that's...
It's like, it's hard to be like, did YouTube really just not catch this in time, or are they really not caring because they want to push him and his brother so fucking
exactly
hard?
And it's like, it's hard to be like, they didn't catch that in time. There's no way that people weren't flagging dead bodies, especially
There's
Logan
also
Paul.
No way that YouTube probably definitely top 5 biggest websites on the internet. There's no fucking way they don't have people working for this to catch it.
They do, and it's, flagging and stuff like that. I mean, unless, it like turns into a conspiracy, it's like people must have been flagging the video, and the only options are YouTube saw the flagging and didn't do anything about it, or the Logan Paul company.
Has anyone really even come out from YouTube to say anything about it?
Very briefly. They're
Other than what they talked about with DeFranco?
That's all that...
it's not even like it's just other YouTubers that are coming out and being like, these guys are pieces of shit, and we kind of don't want them on our platform anymore. Even fucking, like, famous celebrities are coming out, and they're like...
No, yeah, that was... what was his
fucking
name?
insane.
From Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
Jesse Pinkman.
I can't remember his actual name.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of crazy. Or like I was saying with the other thing, is like, or someone from the Logan Paul group called YouTube ahead of time and was like, "We're expecting flags on this video. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that there's a line, that like a phone line that they can get to YouTube on and like make calls like that when you're a YouTuber that big, where you have just a direct contact with YouTube and can tell them things like that. And so like maybe that happened, but if that happened, that means that they knew that there was going to be a problem with the video. So
there's
it's
almost
like
no situation where YouTube comes out as like unscathed.
No, YouTube did something wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that they should really have to.
It literally doesn't matter what the story was. They come out as being an even worse platform than they were before.
Well, yeah, and they have to say something about it. I mean, they have to own up to it in some way. They have to explain what happened, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to offend half the Japanese culture and many more and be like, yeah, it's not going to come out and talk about it.
Well, I mean, how do you do that? Like, it's just a question of how did this happen, you know? And YouTube has to explain to the people who are offended how it happened. You know what I mean?
I feel like YouTube is literally just turned into like, we're the biggest fucking media production thing out there. Yeah, like we're one of the biggest websites. We don't have to care anymore because people are still gonna come.
Yeah, which it's true to a point. In terms of like, I mean, it's a thing where it's like Logan Paul. This whole thing isn't going to stop me from watching YouTube videos because I'm watching the creators, not the website. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not like this is the first time YouTube has done something royally retarded and fucked up.
Yeah,
it's been happening for years.
Yeah,
and nobody's like, it's not gonna stop.
Well, it's like
because everyone's still going to it.
Exactly. The only people that can make a difference it's not the people who are watching; it's the advertisers, which is what has happened the last couple times, and that most of the time just ends up screwing the creators rather than the platform itself.
But in some sense, I think it's fine because I feel like there's creators on YouTube who shouldn't have a career.
There's obviously people on YouTube that shouldn't have a career, but there's also a lot of people on YouTube that should have careers that are getting screwed for no reason.
I think a majority of like the big YouTubers within the past few years probably shouldn't have had a career. I think people like Keemstar, like Leafy, like all those channels shouldn't have anything.
Yeah, but that, it's like H3H3 also got hit. Yeah. And those, the good, the good guys, like they got hit just as hard, which doesn't seem right to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think YouTube is just a huge cesspool of shitters.
And we're adding to it.
I feel like
maybe
even Twitch is like that a little less. Like a little less
they're
in the
very
sense of
strict
they're trying very hard to make it a good place.
They're very strict.
I think it's less of Twitch and more of gamers are fucked in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
not even just gamers. A lot of like Twitch chat really shows how fucked up people are.
It's weird, right? Yeah. It's just it's anonymity. Ugh.
Like go into any big streamers chat.
Yeah.
Like Tim the Tap Man, Soda Poppin', any of like the big ones. And it's like, okay, I can only read this for 5 minutes before I'm like, you guys are the most fucked up individuals I've ever seen in my life.
You ever been to Moon Moon's chat?
No.
I'm a frequenter at Moon Moon's chat. He is the king of spam memes. It's incredible. Yeah. Like his own, like every single one of his own emotes are just, they're just spammed everywhere. Like throughout the galaxy.
That's another thing I really want to talk about is fucking Twitch drama. Which happens all the time. Where if you watch anyone like Wreckful or like Mitch Jones or that group, and I doubt you do.
I don't.
Because like a lot of them came from WoW.
Yeah.
And then they kind of branched off another shit. Mm-hmm. Like Mitch does a lot of IRL shit, which I don't understand why IRL is a section in Twitch at this point.
It's almost like a vlog thing, but it's like...
But... It was made. The platform was made to live stream video games.
They're finding a way to add vlogging to Twitch.
Your job is to play video games and entertain someone. You know.
And, just people have found a way to
and it's. I feel like every week there's some like they just feel like the fakest fucking individuals ever online because it feels like every week there's something new between them and their group that is. I mean. Yeah. Exploding for content.
If you look at, something like YouTube 6 months ago with the Pauls again.
Yeah.
They're doing that on purpose, They're making diss videos on each other back and forth and they're just farming views. Which, respect.
And like I watched all of them back when they were big WoW streamers.
Yeah.
And it's like you just watch them now, and it's like
like
Ice Poseidon and shit. It's like they're literally just going out of their way to make stupid shit to look bad, so people can watch them and make fun of them and give them money.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's like that was YouTube like 6 months ago, and to an extent, still right now. I mean, they were farming views for hundreds.
And
of
on the flip side of that
views.
is how fucking awful some Twitch streamers are actually treated.
Oh,
in terms of their chat.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of times where Wreckful is like, I don't know if I can stream anymore because I can only take being told to kill myself so many times.
See, there's a side to that where it's like, then don't go on the internet.
Yeah, that's such a double-edged sword.
It's like...
there's a part where it's like...
I understand the idea of, like, trying to make the internet a better place and stop the bullying that happens on it, but at the same time, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, there's a side where it's like... He is a human being. Let's try to fucking treat him like
obviously,
one.
It's like, don't be
But then there's also another side where it's like, you already know they're a bunch of pieces of shit anyways.
If you're talking to the person who's saying it, well, don't be a dick. Obviously, don't tell people to kill themselves online.
And that, like,
if you're the person who's going,
but then you watch them go to events like DreamHack, and all those people go, and they get treated like shit at DreamHack, and it's insane. I think Twitch chat is probably the worst place you could ever be.
I'm sure that there's worse. But still, like, it's like, you knew that you were going to get told to kill yourself a million times. It shouldn't mean anything to you. As much as, like, I can't say that you can't say that to someone because you don't get to say who, what means something to someone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, you should have, if you're planning on being a big streamer,
I'm sure he goes in every day with a mindset like, I'm not going to let this bother me, and there's just some days where it's just too much.
Yeah, but it's like, that's the thing. It's like, if I read kill yourself on an online chat, it's like, you're just a random person. Yeah. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, your words mean nothing to me, and that's like, it's just kind of whatever, rather than being important. So, it's kind of a double-edged sword where it's like, don't be a dick online, but at the same time, if you want to be big, you gotta know that people are going to say mean things to you.
I think when Twitch was first starting out, it was a lot better, maybe because it was a smaller thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's really cool to see it grow into such a huge thing, and it's really cool to see esports grow into such a huge thing.
Right.
But with that, also brings so much drama and shit with it.
Yeah. You excited for Overwatch League?
Like, on and off with it.
Yeah.
In a sense of competitive Overwatch is really fun for me, and any competitive game is really fun for me. I'm really excited for it. Not in the sense of I have to support a shitty company to watch it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We were enjoying the preseason.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be really interesting to watch.
I think in a team, it's really fun. I think I have zero problems with Overwatch when you have a team of 6.
No, I mean like esports, like watching it. Like the Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Like,
I think my issue with Overwatch is the balanced team is a joke, basically non-existent. And
I think the issue is that we can't find 6 people.
Almost impossible to solo queue in that game.
Well, exactly. I think that's the issue, is that we can't find 6 people that we want to play with.
It's hard to play those games. Like, I see why there is solo queue in games like that, like in League of Legends too. But it's such a fucking waste of time because you're not even playing the game at that point. Mm-hmm. You're playing like a fucked up...
It's like a deathmatch version of the game.
You're just playing a shittier version of the game.
Exactly. And it kind of sucks because...
And it sucks to see that, like, every pro will be like, it's super easy to get to top 500. And it's like, yeah, because you're a fucking pro at it. But it's like, to every other player who wants to get good at the game, you're not seen as good until you have, like, a shiny border on your name.
Exactly. And it's also, like, it doesn't... Your ability in the game doesn't transfer to your skill level.
Yeah.
Like, if I got carried to 4,500, I could stay at 4,500, and I can compete at 4,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, watching the people play, it's like, I can easily, it's basically like, you get to a spot, and then you're there. Even if you're better than that, or if you're worse than that, you stay. You know? Like, I don't know. Like, I think I could compete at, top 500 watching people play.
Yeah.
You know, you don't play hit scan because you're not good enough to play hit scan. But if you could heal or you could, you know, projectile, like I hit enough projectiles on Pharah to justify me being able to play in the top 500. You know what I mean? It's like it's not about just straight skill.
And it makes it even shittier because there's so many people who will say that, but in reality they suck dick at the game.
Well, yeah.
So it's hard for people to hear that and they'll be like, all right, this guy really could,
Well, yeah.
even though he's gold. But
Yeah.
it's like...
But it's like, it's not, the game is not about pure skill.
Yeah.
It's about teamwork, and if you don't have that teamwork, then you won't rank up.
Yeah.
And then you're screwed, even if you're a good player.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's a little different in League, because in League there is a snowballing factor.
Yeah.
So you really can be good enough in the game to carry your way into high level.
Because if you solo lane, you can just carry your team.
But it's like, in games like Overwatch, where there really is no snowball effect and there is no, like, lead, it's kind of hard to actually solo a fucking game. I think it's, like, borderline impossible.
To solo game, it's possible, it's just not probable to expect to be able to carry yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I did that in Season 3, where I played Soldier and Roadhog, and I carried my team every game.
Yeah.
But that's not fun, even.
Yeah.
You know? Because you have to play in a way that it's just not fun, and you have to try hard every single game, and it just kind of like, you kind of get tired of it. It's like, I can carry myself, if I really wanted to, like I really tried hard, I can carry myself all the way up to, you know, I can carry myself up, but I don't really want to, you know? Like, I've been thinking for a while now about getting a second account, and then having one account where I play with friends, and one account where I play by myself. Yeah. Because I just can't gain SR consistently when I'm playing with friends. Yeah. And I just, you know, whatever.
I just don't want to play solo queue anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm honestly just going to play StarCraft until we get a team.
Yeah.
Or at least multiple people. Because it's like, it's so fucking unfun to play solo queue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
At least in League, it's like, I can be good enough to win games.
Right.
And the skill in that game can win me the game.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how good I am in Overwatch. If 5 other people are retarded and can't hit shots or do what they have to do, I'm not going to win the game.
So, who are you rooting for?
I think still Dallas.
Dallas still?
Or was it the...
Dallas
team
Fuel?
is... Yeah. I think that was the team I was going for, right? With...
That's Seagull.
Yeah, Seagull, Taimu.
Yeah.
XQC.
Yeah.
Can XQC play now?
Yeah, they never had any discipline for him in Overwatch League. It was weird.
Sinatra's not on that team. He's on a different one, right?
I don't think Sinatra's on a team.
I thought he was.
Sinatra. Yeah, Sinatra. You said Sinatra. I was already thinking of DeFran.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinatra's on San Francisco.
Yeah.
But
I think those are the two. I think I'm rooting for Shotgun Fuel.
When you were saying, you know, is he allowed to play? I immediately thought of DeFran.
Yeah. And
he got banned from Overwatch Contenders. He was on Selfless. Yeah. He got banned from Overwatch Contenders for throwing in ranked games. And then he hasn't been back.
I think that says a lot about your game and your community when you have pro players just actively going out of their way to ruin it for people.
Literally, he hasn't been back in the competitive scene where it's like XQC, he'll throw games, but maybe not in the same way. You know, he got tilted and threw games, whereas DeFran went in and was like, okay, we're gonna play Torbjorn and build turrets in our spawn the entire game. You know, it's, you know, I guess it's a different outlook to it, but it's kind of weird.
I also don't even know how you do that and have remotely any fun.
Yeah, he literally went in and was like, troll. Like, everyone who's watching my stream, log into Overwatch right now and troll your team.
Like, I don't understand. How is that fun for you?
I don't know. That's pretty messed up.
Maybe it's just because I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
But I've never trolled in a game and intentionally threw and had fun doing it.
Yeah. It's like, you're already... Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, yeah.
Like, ruining everyone else's fun, not only is just a shitty thing to do and isn't fun, it's also just not fun for me to lose.
It's just not, yeah. Just losing the game is the not fun part. But, yeah. It is what it is, I guess. I mean, they're all going to be there. I can't wait for this season. It's cool that it's happening. Next season, where it's going to be traveling teams, that's what I'm excited about. I'll go watch some New York Excelsior games next year. Or next season, that is.
I thought I was going to be excited for League, and the more and more I'm playing the game, and the more I'm watching how the competitive scene's turning out, I'm probably not going to watch any LCS.
No, not at all.
Probably not.
I think Overwatch League is really kind of a unique experience.
The team I've been following for fucking 8 seasons now is like, I just don't even want to watch them anymore.
They're just not
I've
good.
been following TSM since season 1, since I started playing, and it was like, they just continually make shittier and shittier decisions every season of how they want to play the game and their players, and it's like, alright, I can only support that so much.
Yeah. No, yeah. I see what you're saying.
They just dropped the best AD carry in North America, and they dropped one of the better junglers because they lost in pools again.
I mean, why they losing pools?
Because they're shit. Because NA is so fucking far behind every other region.
Oh, so they lost it on pool against other countries.
Yeah.
Okay.
At Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They've yet to make it out of groups, I think.
Well, there you go.
Worlds.
It's
And it's not even like it's just TSM's issue. Like, it's their fault that they lost. And it's not just them, though. I think it's a region issue.
Right.
You can only be so good at the game when you're playing in NA. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's not even a question that the best team in NA, because they've won every spring and summer split in the LCS since like season 3.
Right.
But being the best in NA means absolutely nothing when Korea is miles and miles ahead of you.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Get motivated when the Koreans will always be better than you.
Yeah.
All right. Final thing here before we wrap up. We're going over. This is an extra long podcast to make up for our 2 months. We were going to plan on doing a 9-hour podcast, but I don't know if that's really a great idea.
I keep going. I'm having a good time.
You keep going?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have another podcast session immediately after this one, and then just put it out a week later so that we don't miss one.
Yeah.
This is our final thing that I wanted to talk about before we left today. What's your plans for this channel in terms of doing stuff? I know we talked about it in the first episode. It's been a couple months. We haven't really put a lot out. Do you have any plans on stuff that you still are interested in making right now?
Well, I was busy. I was doing a lot of analyst stuff before I was busy, and then I got busy and I just didn't have time. I'm even busier now. I'm going to try to continue doing analyst stuff. I'm also going to start doing a lot more StarCraft. So I'm probably just going to do a lot of games. And
StarCraft as in, like, games?
I'm going to analyze pro games. I'm going to play games myself, go through them, break down what I did, why I did it, my thought process behind everything, and just live commentary stuff.
Okay. Cool.
And maybe Overwatch stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, in terms of stuff that's immediately on the way, we're going to try and get back onto a fairly regular schedule for the podcast. We've got a sick mic now, so we can all sit around and talk in person rather than over Discord, so the quality should be a little bit better. I don't know if you noticed that or not. We're still messing with it, so if it does sound really shitty this time, please bear with us. It'll get better, probably. Maybe it'll get worse. Who knows?
I hope it gets worse.
So yeah, podcasts on a more regular basis. We're gonna try and do weekly again, I think. If not, we might do bi-weekly or every other week. We'll probably let you know ahead of time if we're gonna miss a week in the next podcast. Yeah. Just in terms of we're probably gonna schedule that out a little bit better.
I'm also gonna try and stream a bit more.
Yeah, I'm also gonna stream.
At least weekends. Maybe I'll do late night stuff during the week, just when I get home from work or whatever.
Yeah.
If I really want to. But
I'll be streaming too.
I at least want to try and stream at least once a week.
I'll be streaming significantly more, I think. I think I'm probably gonna try 2 or 3 times a week. Now. I just think that, I am kind of in a low in terms of my busyness. At the end of the month, I'm going to get busier. So my schedule might be messed up in terms of streaming. But everything on this channel should stay the same. I've also got, we put our first live content up onto the channel. In terms of like how well it's doing in relation to the other videos, people have watched it. So I'm kind of happy about that people actually watched that video.
Yeah.
I've got another live video coming out fairly soon, where I'm in the process of trying to figure out the recording for it. Tony, you know what I'm talking about.
What, the thing we made?
No, the other the thing that we made.
The monkey ball?
No, that's already out, man.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The first live thing. The mittens.
Oh, yeah.
It's an old video that I'm gonna try and touch up and kind of make it a little bit better, reshoot it and stuff like that. Very old.
I'll know more about what I can and can't do within the next few weeks.
Right.
It's just I haven't even started yet.
Yeah, so you just don't know what it's gonna be like.
I just don't know what my schedule's gonna be like and everything.
It's the same
like
thing
that.
with me, where it's like I know my schedule, but I just don't know what the workload's gonna be like.
Once I get everything settled and I know for sure what my work schedule is gonna be like, I can make a more definitive answer about what I want to do and how I'm gonna do everything.
Right.
I know I want to do streaming more. I know I want to do more StarCraft and Overwatch stuff, and I know I want to eventually make music stuff within the channel. Mm-hmm. Just how long it's going to take for me to do all that is going to be dependent on how much I work.
Right. And so, yeah, my last thing, you touched on it pretty briefly there, was Overwatch. Yeah. We've got a couple videos that we're hoping to push out very soon in terms of some Overwatch stuff that it seems like people have kind of not noticed before, and so hopefully
it's actually kind of, if we're talking about the same thing, a little game breaking.
We are talking about the same thing.
A little game breaking.
It's game breaking, and people don't seem to notice it. So we're going to talk about some.
I've actually never seen anyone use it.
Exactly. So we're going to talk about some bug problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those videos should come out pretty soon. We need to reshoot them.
We're also in the midst of trying to make a team.
Yeah, for Overwatch. But
so, maybe we'll do something like that.
Yeah, if we're able to record, maybe we can help out with recording for people. I know that people have trouble recording.
At least two of us can record it.
Yeah,
I know that.
And just have fun with it. Yeah. But other than that, I'm sure that Connor probably has something up his sleeve that he's interested in doing. But yeah, for me it's the podcasts, the live stuff, and also some of the Overwatch stuff is in the immediate effects for me. And you're talking about StarCraft and
a lot of my problem with analyzing stuff right now is just everything. Like I've done League and I've done Marvel vs. Capcom. Both games right now are super fucking boring. Not a lot has happened with them, and I just feel like they're getting progressively worse.
Right.
So it's like I started it, and I don't really want to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to do a different game.
Right.
I feel like I just gotta find a game that I can weekly analyze.
And I was thinking about maybe doing something about Overwatch if you wanted to do an Overwatch analysis with me.
Yeah.
Because, and even like sit down with the rest of the guys because I know they want to learn more about Overwatch.
Yeah.
And I think that watching pro stuff is going to help them a lot in terms of what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because, just some higher level teamwork and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're at. We'll see you almost assuredly next week for the podcast, as we may be sitting down and recording it right now. And other than that, we'll see you when we see you. Hopefully not in 2 months. All right. See you later.